Hi there. My name is Ron Garcia. I'm the principal broker and owner for the Garcia Group, our property management company. And the first thing I want to say is thank you. If you're watching this short video as either a prospective tenant or an existing resident, you're obviously doing a little due diligence, and I want you to know that I take your occupancy, your commitment, your interest in our company, and your experience with us to heart, very seriously. I mean, you know, without a tenant, we don't have a business. So, but it goes much deeper than that. I mean, housing is an important thing. Housing issues are important, and we want nothing more. I want nothing more for my tenants that rent from us to have a really good experience and have a safe, affordable, well-maintained unit. And I'd like to be as responsive as we absolutely can be to the needs of, and to get to that end. You know, I've been going to a lot of Blazer games. This video is being shot right after the Blazers almost got to the finals. They were beat by Golden State. But in watching these games, sometimes the amount of penalty calls and the rules that happen really disrupt the whole play of the game and the feel of the experience. And in a lot of ways, tenant-landlord rules and regulations are very similar. Sometimes we're more concerned, it seems like we get more wrapped up into the actual statute, which is there. It's important. I mean, I'm not disregarding it. But hopefully, for most, and luckily, and thankfully for most of our residents, we are much more about the experience than we are about the regulations. Because if we have a good experience, the regulations are just going to be followed naturally. And so, another thing that happened to me recently, our refrigerator went out, and man, it ticked me off. It took me 3 days before, and it was under warranty, so I called the company we got it from. They knew they had to replace it, but it took 3 days to get somebody to come out and get it done. And you know, I had a ton of food. We put them all in ice chests. We kind of went out to dinner. It was kind of expensive. It was very inconvenient. It was the longest 3 days that I've recently had. So you know, I'm not saying this like somehow you know, my experience relates to what all of our tenants do. I mean, you know, we all have to have a roof over our head, and we all have to get things fixed. And you know, when I have ants crawling on my kitchen sink, it gets me crazy. And you know, the first thing I do is take out Windex, and the second thing I do is get a little ant killer, and the third thing I do is call a terminator if it's not done. As a property manager, we're willing, wanting, and able to manage those experiences for you. Some of them, most of them, gratefully, are within the scope of our services. Sometimes we have to put it back on your shoulders. I would love to say that every review, every experience of every resident and tenant that we've ever had is like A1. But if you read there's some people out there that I don't know what happened, it really went sideways. And there's some people that they love us. By and large, I think most people who rent from the Garcia Group realize right off the bat that, you know, we wear our heart on our sleeve. We're trying our best to make this work for everybody and do everything we can to make your experience the best possible occupancy you could have. So from the bottom of my heart, as a property manager to you as a tenant, to our residents, thank you. I truly hope that we live up to your expectations and that we have a good experience from the day you move in to the day you move out. Thanks.